This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and welcome to today's edition of the Pit Stop, where you guys, you, the pit crew, you are the real star of today's show, and we are here to talk about our favorite hobby, sport, common interest. What do you call it? Sim racing. That's what you call it. That's what we're here to do. We're talking about sim racing. Here to talk about sim racing and all the good things going on Tuesday. You'd think, gosh, how's there always so much to talk about? But sim racing is just at a real point in time where we're seeing an explosion of products, hardware and software, and it gives us a lot to talk about, and that includes esport at times. But today we're going to be esport light. Today will be straight news, and it probably will not be an hour-long show unless you guys get deep into conversation. That can always carry things long. So if there's anything on your mind in the world of sim racing, we got to know, you got to bring it up, and we got to talk about the topic, slow it down, and talk about what is most important. So we're just going to start off at Forza. Not a lot going on there. Yesterday was the big day with their big event and some announcements. And we do have a few details or tidbits of information coming off of yesterday. But the big one for you Forza heads, Forza 7 Bounty Hunter. You know, having a target, a challenge, a reason, something to go after is such a motivation. And we do it. We do it with our crew. Leaderboards, things like that. But anyway, what they have is their Bounty Hunter, where you can go after essentially the who's who in the world of Turn 10. So guys like Brian Ekberg, for example, set a lap time of 1:14.21. I think you get certain achievements or prizes just for beating the bounties. But anyway, there's the list of their people: Chad Lewis, Chris Izaki, Chase Combs, Phil Bergman, Christina Roth, Andrew Frink, Brian Ekberg, Vincent Leone, and CJ Payne, and their gamer tags. I'll hand it to Chad Lewis, who seems to run around. Fastest on the board, by the way, with a 1:10.87, running around with the gamer tag pink. Anyway, if you do Forza, you probably know those names already, and but it's something to go after. Go show them you're faster than their own employees and staff. Also coming off of yesterday, there was an update. So the Series 3 update for Forza Horizon 4, they're calling it. Todd Unwin, look at that. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Todd. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a ton. Goes a very long way in making the sim pit bigger and better. We're trying to upgrade things all the time here. Trying to build up a VR set. A lot of people want us to get into the VR world. So that's something we'll see in the future, and thank you very much for that, Todd, and glad to have you home for a while, which I know is great for you. Anyway, Forza 4 Series 3 update, so some things they've done: painting and upgrade options, new wheel rims, Horizon Racing Club, new seasons, and quality of life improvements in general. So a few things went on there, and yesterday was a pretty big day for them. Kind of forgot about that going on with all the esport headlines that we had yesterday. Woohoo! Is right, Sovereignty King. Dirt Rally. It's coming quicker than we think. Pre-order now. Look at that, the date right there. So 2/26, 2019 looks like the date, but time trial mode, different wet and dry leaderboards, the return of community challenges. Here's a whistle-stop tour of how to rise to the top in Dirt Rally 2. So this just came out on the Codemasters page today. I honestly, well, I'll show you a picture later in the show that'll make the point. But I am excited about Dirt Rally 2. Dirt Rally 1 was cool, but it was the first title in a new series, new direction for the people at Codemasters. A little different than just the straightforward Dirt title. So I just like that maybe with Dirt 2 that they've made some improvements and made things that are going to make it even bigger and better. John, good observation, John. No, my studio's changed. I used to have a monitor on my desk here and another one there, and they're different type monitors. And I built a new monitor stand that you can't see right now, but it's two monitors straight in front of me, and it meant I had to move the camera and everything, and this is sort of the new look. I'm open to criticism or critiques. You guys can't see my fancy stream deck. I got it right here hidden by the microphone. Anyway, no rush for VR, not for me. I hear you. It's no VR, no buy. I hear that all the time. Hey, John Stathouse, how you doing? Hey, Tony, how you doing? Arud's Itist 84 says, loved Forza Motorsport for the last 15 years. We all started with Forza, first true sim. Still buy every time on Xbox. I love your attitude there. And the reason I agree and applaud that thinking and attitude is you're right. Gran Turismo and Forza are the gateway titles. You know, they talk about gateway drugs and what people do to get into drugs, and it might take them on. That sounds terrible. But using the same thinking, Forza and Gran Turismo are hands down our gateway sims. These are the sims that everybody buys because they're so common, so normal, such franchise games and platform sellers even. And then if they really get the bug, they're going to learn there's more out there, and maybe they get more hardcore about sim racing instead of just playing it as a game. But I applaud and I agree. I would own every one for the same exact reason. Brad Morrison, here's my sound effect. We're going to just have to play our donation sound effect in lieu of that, but I appreciate that just as much. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, Tim, I need to get on. The smoke has cleared and I need to get on my bike. We are all over the place, but like I said, I want this show to be about engaging you guys and talking to you guys as much as it is covering the news, and I'm willing to get rid of some of the topics that are a little less important in order to expedite the show along if we have to. Anyway, all right, so moving right along, we had talked about Codemasters and what's coming with Dirt. In addition to that, this is our thumbnail of the day. I love that picture. I love that picture of the Lancia overhead. That looks so real. So real. Anyway, Dev Insight 3 is here to tell you how to rise to the top in Dirt Rally 2. We talked about that in that video clip. Here's the article version of it with some pictures and screenshots and stuff. Look at that. That's awesome. Ooh, ooh. Cool pictures. Anyway, I'm very excited about Dirt Rally 2. I really am. So you can find that at the Cody's blog or blog.codemasters.com. iRacing, we've already congratulated Ray. We saw him signing autographs at Homestead. But here is a shot of Ray at Homestead, real life, not the sim. Strutting the beard for November, I guess. I like the beard, no stash he's got going there with his VRS shirt. But most importantly, there he is with his championship trophy. I do love the trophy that iRacing does. It's pretty similar each year, it seems. And wow, Ray has 5 of those now. Do you realize that means that Ray Alfala has made about $50,000, if I'm not mistaken? Some quick math there in iRacing. That's phenomenal. All right, what else do we have to talk about today? This is a good one. You know, anytime you guys can win free stuff, I like to tell you about it. Project Cars. You'll also find it at Fanatec. I'll bring that around when we get to the Fanatec section of our show. Ray's got the Mormon beard. Yes, that's what it is. Abe Lincoln, that's what it is. Brandon went GT Forza, then PC once Forza got boring. Yep, I understand. The Lancia Stratus. Ooh, McLaren GT3 rim. I'm about to review that wheel, believe it or not. Anyway, but Project Cars want to win one of 3 elite Fanatec racing systems, each worth over €700. Entering is as simple as showing us your selfie skills. So literally, I could grab my cell phone, turn it around so it's facing me, not you. Come on, piece of junk phone. Oh, and it's doing a countdown. No. Have I just ruined the show? Anyway, take a selfie, and all you need to do is enter here, Project Cars, pcars.games, Fanatec. So I'm at the Project Cars Twitter page, and you click that, and you send in the selfie. There's mine. I'm going to do it. Anyway, entries close December 3rd, but you can win 700 euros worth of stuff. Abe needs a stovepipe hat. Yes. Yeah, Welshie, no, you can do this one on the most basic of skills and not even a fast lap. I really do. Yeah, the new Club Sport rim does, perhaps, but that McLaren rim looks pretty cool, and maybe it'll end up being discounted. All right. Project Cars is horrible. It's a punishment. Lenny, you don't even need to own Project Cars to enter that contest. All you have to do is send your selfie to PCars Games Fanatec and you can win. More details there, I'm sure. Amish all the way. All right, RaceRoom. Cool stuff out of RaceRoom. Number one, today, in fact, it might even be happening now, 1900 GMT on the Facebook page of AMS Online and here at YouTube. The link is here. I'm at RaceRoom Twitter. Who will secure the ticket to the boot camp and come closer to driving a real race car next year? The entries for the final super race at the Nordschleife will be live streamed at 1900. And you're looking at a who's who list in the RaceRoom world. All the big names are there. And somebody's going to come away with a very, very big prize. Yaroslav Honzik is an avid chronic racer, if I'm not mistaken. And where's Jack? I don't see Jack on there. I wonder why Jack's not on that list. Anyway, but that is going on today, and somebody's going to have a very big smile on their face. I agree, T-Bone. PCars 2 in VR is one of the best VR experiences out there. Sean, will we have a video where we build a DIY handbrake compatible with the PS4? I don't know about specifically for the PS4. I've thought about a DIY series of, like, you know, literally, like, garbage can mods. We'll talk more about that. Also, we've been talking about the increase in GTR 4 class cars going into RaceRoom. We talked about the KTM. We talked about the Cayman. And now we've got the Lotus Evora GT4. So this GT4 class is going to be pretty stout. Matt, going with the Movember. I haven't shaved. I'm on the fence right now as to what I need to do. Chris, hi Sean, you and your content changes life. I thank you so much. Keep up the great... Chris, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. You know, I've really been searching over the last few years on what I really feel the direction of this show and what all it should cover really are. And I'm trying to have a balance that I think really fulfills the need of the community as best as I possibly can. So I very, very much appreciate you saying that. And again, I'm slowing the show down. You know, this show needs to be about talking with you guys as much as bringing you the news. I mean, the news is out there. You guys can find it. Anyway, what else? Crew 2, they got a live stream going on right now. It's probably going on right now. You Be Rich tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, for another Cruising Across Motor Nation Let's Play. Follow them at Twitch Games. So if you want to hear more about the crew, I actually, at this IAPA, a lot of the people there were a little more gamey. And I actually heard some good things about the crew, too. The beard's kind of on the way back. I just have another gig coming up next month, maybe. And I might have to go clean cut. I don't know. This blew my mind today. I didn't even hear anything of this coming out at all. No more USB ports on your console. Pretty much everybody has that problem. No problem. The Thrustmaster SIM Hub allows you to connect up to 4 extra Thrustmaster devices to your PS4 or Xbox One console. So we were just talking about multiple peripherals on a PS4. That's not easily done. Thrustmaster, if you're a Thrustmaster person, just came up with the solution and the answer for you, which is really badass. That's awesome. You know, specific to Thrustmaster stuff, though. Thank you. Yes, got to hit that like button. Yes, Brad, I've been accused of costing people lots of money, unfortunately. That is one downside of what I do. Spatial says, Tim says I need to shave like an adult with a job. That is a valid argument, Tim. We need more male nudity. Not here, Lenny. Not this nudity. Hey, Jamal. Brandon, thank you for that. All right, moving right along, you guys. You guys are awesome. Fanatec also talking about that prize. Win one of 3 CSL Elite setups, each worth over €700. Get all the details regarding the competition here, pcars.games/Fanatec. Entries close December 3rd. We can't wait to see your selfie videos. Oh, videos! Shit. Shoot. I didn't do it right. Once again, I think someone said I have one job. There you go. There you go. Anyway, you don't even have to own P-Cars. You can win that stuff. Certainly worth giving it a shot. Reminder, tomorrow from, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., I believe it is. Hot Lap Hump Day, and that was Eastern time. 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, I gave you my Pacific version. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Hot Lap Hump Day. No idea what the car is. No idea what the track is. They will let me know minutes before. I will be streaming it from my end. You're going to have Kevin Ford of Extreme Motorsports calling 4 hours of the action, keeping you abreast on who's where on the leaderboard. We'll be watching cameras of the guys down at the Ricmo Tech headquarters, and they're going to have all of their friends and family and customers there racing as well. Should be fun. Should be a good way to kick off the holiday weekend for many. Lenny, I am about to do a new DIY rig. I don't even want to, I want to tell you what it is, but I want to surprise you at the same time. That is one of the very next things I'm going to do. I've got a handful of reviews coming. I'm going to show you that in a moment. And then I want to get back into the DIY, and I got a great DIY coming. Anyway, True Achievements also talking about Forza Horizon 4 patches, fixes, and it fixes specifically the Formula Drift for Game Pass owners. Don't know much about that, but I'm sure you Forza people will. Here's a pretty good bullet point version of all of the updates that were included in the last Forza Horizon 4. What else? Also talking about the Forza Horizon 4 November update detailed. Features new paintable subsections. I like this because it just showed like this little strip on the Bugatti in particular. So they've two-toned it, but then they have this light trim piece right on that Bugatti arch that you can do. It's kind of, to me, I don't know. Be careful how you paint a Bugatti. I mean, aren't certain things sacred? Is there nothing sacred in this world anymore? As Azar said, God is always watching. Is that really how you're going to paint a Bugatti? Is that what you meant? I don't think so, but that's how I'll take it. What's the password? Works with the PC. It should, T-Bone, but you might not need it as bad. What else? No, I do not know. Tim, I really do not know the car and track yet. That is for sure. Interesting thing, and I'm going to probably start shying away from hardware stuff more and more in order to make this show more about engaging you and less about just covering anything I can find, or in some cases sent in to me. Thank you to the whole pit crew who sent things in all the time helping me out. But game debate, widespread reports of GeForce RTX 2080 Ti graphics cards breaking and causing blue screen of death. T-Bone, that's a great idea as well. That's a great idea as well. Nope, I don't have the password. I don't have anything just yet. Anyway, so just so you know, buyer beware. I don't know how valid that article is and probably why I shouldn't touch hardware stuff. But Road to VR has an article here talking about the Star VR. I hear about people saying Star VR all the time. And then priced at $3,200 for developers. So, I guess what I'm saying is if anybody out there is dying for me to test and drive in the Star VR, I will give you my address, and if you want to pick up one of those for $3,200 and send it to me, I would be very, very appreciative. I don't expect any takers on my offer, but absolutely, I would love to try a $3,200 VR. It would certainly change my... I'm going to go out on a limb and say it probably would change my thoughts and opinions of VR. This one I'm just going to tell you about. I'm not going to dwell on it because it's a long one. simracers.es. I'm on Google Translate, so it's not in English. But it's just a list of pretty much every Black Friday deal out there going on. Everything from ones that we've talked about, the Logitech, Thrustmaster. It goes on to talk about iRacing, Fanatec, blah, blah, blah. on and on and on, all sorts of Black Friday deals. So if you've been saving up money and you're looking for where to spend it, that was the theme of today's show. Jamie's going to have 2. Awesome. Then you can send one of them over here. That would be so cool, Jamie. Azar, the pit stop was my daily briefing that keeps me updated in sim racing, saying sad to change that. I'm not sure what we're changing. I'm not sure what we're changing, you guys. I missed something there for sure. I'm just talking about getting rid of talking about some of the things like this. Is that really what we want to talk about? If that's what you're talking about. Not sure what you're talking about, but feel free to clarify, that's for sure. Anyway, Dark Side of Gaming also talking about the F1 2018 receiving official DX12 support. DX12 beta build available for download. So, even Codemasters is looking to stay with the time and get all of those extra tidbits of performance out of the game. Review on analog shifters. AI logs shifters. Oh, I was off for a week. That's what you're talking about. You know, that's how I felt too. That's how I felt too. Hey, Paddock, how you doing? You gonna promote all your shit on my show or what? What's up with that? PC Games also talking about the GeForce RTX 2080 deal. This Gigabyte GPU is on sale for $750. I do mention this one because in this case, we're talking about an overclocked card. This overclocked card is cheaper than the Founders Edition model. Anyway, that sounds like a pretty good deal for $750. That's cheaper than some 1080 prices that I see out there. This is an interesting article, and you don't hear these kind of things all that often. The checkeredflag.co.uk. Rasmussen questions F1 Esports Championship lays driving standard. And anyway, he goes on to, so this is Frederick Rasmussen, goes on to talk about feeling very happy about his accomplishments in it, but he did, and I'll let you go read it, because if you're interested into it, you can get into the little controversy. But apparently there are a few different moments with some shenanigans. I did see the word brake checking in his, so he was accusing Brendan of doing some brake checking. Anyway, we'll have to talk to Brendan about that when we do an interview with him and hear all that from his end or side of things. I'd like to just let you know about Lionheart. They're one of my favorite series. Tomorrow, they do have their Von Hansen's 200, and this is going to be live on GSRC, and you can stay with what is, honestly, in my opinion, one of the best IndyCar series on iRacing. And to be honest with you, how good is it? How good is Lionheart and how worth watching? Our very own John Hill is trying to talk me into running this series next season, so we'll see. We'll see. That just might happen. What else? What else? What else? Would love to meet up Sean Cole, SRP, and a few more. That could actually happen because I you know, and it's something I probably should talk to William about. I really, I don't know if Vegas is where it's going to be, though, but I really do want to start getting on Sim Expo USA. It's time it happens, and it needs to happen on the East Coast so that Europeans can actually come. It's the only fair place for it to actually happen. Oh, the Gardeners are here. It must be Tuesday. Anyway, okay, so that's about it. McLaren Shadow Middle East is happening this week in Bahrain. Awesome. Which sim is that with, Jamal? Rasmussen was aggro in that finale. Yeah, we're going to have to talk to him about it. One moment, you guys. Come on. Get in this room. Get in this room. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Okay, Max is wild. Okay, so anyway, what else we got? Speak of DIY. Look at this. This is on Reddit today. DIY 3D printed pedals. I thought those were pretty cool. They actually, I bet they're fairly stout. Looks like they use just kind of an RC shock as the shock in place, which is a decent idea. I'm assuming they're potentiometer based. Can't really see that part of the hardware. Yes, Brad, that would be the advantage of Vegas, is we can Care Bear it up at night, I guess. Do it during SEMA and Halloween. Anyway, that is it for the news. I do want to let you guys know what's going on behind the scenes, because I do have a lot going on. So behind the scenes right now on my rig, I transformed my rig last night. Those are the HPP pedals. They are now currently in the review process. Along with them, we've got that McLaren GT3 rim. So despite the new wheel coming out, this is one of the great options out of Fanatec, and I will be giving that a full rundown and test as well. And oh hi Max. And then lastly, that is the SHH shifter. We just talked about 3D printed. This shifter is actually really genius. Excuse me. That shifter, all the internal parts are heavy duty, just like you'd find on any other brand H-pattern shifter. The exterior parts are all 3D printed to cut down on costs. It is a very reasonably priced shifter. From what I've tested so far, it's a very decent shifter, and the full review on that is going to be coming as well. And in the background there, you can actually see the Thrustmaster Sparco sequential handbrake shifter, and I'm doing some testing on that. So we are cranking stuff out at the sim pit, and that's going to allow me to free up to get into some of those DIY things that I want to do, and we're going to have some fun with some of those as well. So lots going on at the sim pit. I hope you enjoy the new pace of the pit stop. I hope this is the way it should be, and I love your guys' feedback. If you ever have suggestions, be sure to email me, Sean@thesimpit.com. Let me know what you think we can do better here. And of course, be sure to subscribe, tell a friend, and be sure to like this show just to help us out there as well. But that's going to do it for today. This is The Sim Pit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.